It is Joe Good, Simon Lederman on BBC London 94.9. Keep taking the best bits of your week. 81333. Start your message with the word London. You can also give us a call on 0207 224 2000. Now, Lucy Clare is a composer who's inspired by classical and electronic music and can write for both genres, often merging the two. And we discovered Lucy Clare, should I say our producer Stephen discovered Lucy Clare because he was working for BBC Introducing and thought a string quartet, that is what we need for a Saturday morning. And this morning, Lucy's brought along her very own string quartet to play a couple of her compositions for us. Welcome, Lucy, and a very good morning. Gosh, you're there. I was trying to work out where you would be. Introduce who's here today.
So we have John Garner and Julia Loucks on violin. Then we have Marie Schreer on viola and Lily Thornton on cello.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Can I say is it Lily on cello?
Yes.
Must cost you a fortune. I know you can't speak, you haven't got a mic there, but it must cost you a fortune travelling around the world with that. I always pity when you're in an orchestra. There are some people who have a very easy job. The people who play the flute, you just put it in your top pocket. Poor you. You've got to imagine the charges on Ryanair for that.
Can we now? We shoved you all into the television studio, didn't we, to tune up? So can we just hear? I'm going to bring up each mic. So let's kick off. Lucy, introduce each person. We just have a little sort of strand so that we know everyone.
Go on, best solo, John.
This is John.
Beautiful. And who's this?
This is Julia. Perfect.
And who's this?
This is Marie.
On a viola.
And Lily.
This is like being in the courtyard.
Right, we're all yours. What are you going to play for us?
We're going to play my first string quartet that I wrote, and it's called If the Moon Could Frown.
just wonderful. The Lucy Clare Quartet. And for somebody that has I spent about, gosh, how long did I spend? About 3 years learning the violin. It's a really difficult instrument to get to speak as well as they have. And I don't know, Lucy, you must know, because you're in charge of these people, and indeed you must play yourself. It's a really difficult job.
It is, yes. They've spent a lot of time practicing, lots and lots of hours.
How did you all meet? How did you all get together?
We all met at the Royal College of Music, where 2 of them are still studying, but 3 of us have graduated, so it was great.
And what does it mean you're going to end up doing? Clearly, this is what you love. Can you turn this into a successful career?
I hope so. That's the plan anyway. I do a lot of film composing on the side as well, so that's composition, and that's what I want to be.
I was going to say, it's really interesting. When you hear that music, Joe, you must think about movies that have had similar backdrops, some very, very dramatic parts of the violin and the string instrument. It's incredibly powerful.
I just think you're amazing, all of you, because I live very near that college, and I walk my dog, and I hear all this coming out in that beautiful building,
and all that barking coming in.
Yes. But I just because lots of you rehearse till that you're there really late at night. Everyone's still there, and I just think what an amazing place to even get into that place. You have to be absolutely so talented to play like that, but also to write like that, because if you're composing music like that, I honestly don't know the logistics of composing music. Is it
4-part harmony?
That's what I mean.
This is what I learned, but it was very difficult to do. Not quite. No,
so what you compose? So what? I mean, is there a code? Is there a sort of recipe when you compose music?
Is there
for
a recipe
strings?
to composing music? I looked at music from the past throughout all of my studying, so I guess I got inspired from that. But
and you write. Obviously, you write for one instrument.
I write for the sounds. I think about how the sounds combine together, and then there's a lot of rules with composition. But
tell us one rule. Tell us one rule. Because when you watch someone like composing on a piano or something, and they sit there banging away or something, so when you're writing music,
you wrote that last piece, didn't you? That we just heard.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So do you sit, play a bit on your violin, then go back to the manuscript, or how does it work?
I don't actually play violin.
So what do you play?
I compose this on the piano, so I listen to the first line and have the melody, and then give it to different instruments, so it's orchestrating it in a different way.
Would you turn around and play the first line on the piano for us?
If I have to.
I'm just because then it's another way of hearing the melody, I suppose, as well. Just 2 seconds. I love this. See, they're so talented. They'll just sort of play anything.
I'm not a very good pianist.
And so you play that, and then you can adapt that straight away for strings.
You can. It's just placing the notes in a different formation, I guess.
And when you say the rules, just give us one rule. So, because I don't understand what what is the must not do then when you're composing?
Well, today there isn't actually that many rules. Back in the classical era, there was a great amount of rules to follow, but we just try and break them, really. No.
But in case you're getting too inspired, you have to know the rules before you start breaking them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Definitely.
And when you write for film scores, are you writing to pictures, or do they just give you a script? Do they give you an outline of the plot? Or?
It depends. I've just recently worked on a film by Lena Schuller, and she is an amazing director, but I worked with her from the start. She gave me the script way back in October, I think, and then we went out to Italy and filmed the film, and then I just finished the music last week, so I was involved in that film from the very start, whereas sometimes directors bring me in at the very last minute, so it depends.
We're going to hear more from you in the next half hour.
And all of the guys who are in here performing, did you handpick them?
Yes.
Did you audition them, or were they?
Oh no, they're my friends.
And because we haven't got mics in front of everybody, but the musicians who are in here with us now, are they session as well? Do they play sessions?
They do. They can play just about anything you put in front of them.
Right. Wow. I'm so impressed, aren't you, Simon?
Yes, as I say, having learnt the violin for a few years when I was a lot younger, I know how difficult it is, and certainly my violin teacher knows how difficult it can be too. I think she's still in therapy for what she went through when she taught me. Thank you very much. And if people want to find out more about you and to listen to some of your music, do you have a website?
I do. It's lucyclairethornton.com, but then I have SoundCloud and everything. It's just Lucy Claire, so
on SoundCloud.com.
You can find me.
Thank you so much. We got the news headlines on the way. Then we're going to hear more from you, and we have Joe Pecorelli coming in the last half hour too. This is Terry, who says, I've just come out of the tunnel, because Terry's driving around, to what sounds like heaven, a beautiful string quartet. Thank you for that. This is from Philippa, who says, lovely Joe, if it helps, I also loathe the hapless Mandy too.